A 5-2 win here against Parkview, joined by Cameron, who got 2 of them, and Geoff. Geoff, a return to early season chaos.
Yes, an early red card, obviously, I'll say, because the game was in the balance at that time. But we came in with a game plan to be nice and structured and compact, which I felt we did a little bit of it in the second half of Hackney Wick, so it was more a case of taking that into this game. They're a team that remind me a bit of, for those obviously who've been with us for a while, like Camden, those sort of teams were very sort of good individually, lots of individual skill, but they lack a little bit of discipline at times and structure. So to beat these teams, we find out it's about keeping our structure, being organised and being disciplined, and then picking them off. It's not a case of making it a basketball game, because then it becomes very difficult to sort of maintain. So I felt part of our start was that, and I think that was starting to get a little bit frustrated. And then, as I said, the red card came in, and then it was really just a case of us sort of exploiting that, which we haven't done too well previously before against 10 men. But so that I felt we did it better. Still a bit too much chaos for my liking, but listen, after a run of sort of 4 or 5 games without a win, I think it's very important to get a win of some sort today to take us into the last sort of run, because we need a little bit of confidence. You know, the confidence is a bit low. We've got players playing on injuries, a few players out, so it's important that the team came together and they needed a little bit of a booster, and I thought that came today. I only saw Bailey in the heap as well, just like you guys, and then obviously I could see everyone sort of asking the linesman, what did they see and stuff, and so for the people that saw it, I'm pretty confident it was going to be a red. There's no other alternative, and again, it's just a little, that's sometimes what football is dealt, and Bailey just using his brains a little bit, and manipulating a situation, which has happened to us previously before in this season. So yeah, from then on in, as I said, we just needed to obviously exploit the spaces, because we were against the wind first half, which was very difficult. So what was happening is a lot of the times the ball was coming into Cam, who was doing very well to hold it, but then he was a bit too isolated, because obviously we're stuck in our half trying to get out, then we're struggling to sort of reach up and support him. So I said to Cam, just drop a little bit deeper, so we're a little nice and compact. The lines are harder to break through, and eventually we was able to start the scoring.
Yeah, okay, let's turn to that then. Slight mix-up from their point of view on the back, but one you've capitalised on.
Yeah, I think we capitalised on kind of the mistake, or like the red card, and we punished it straight away, which was an away performance, and we haven't won in the last 4 games or so, and yeah, you got to capitalise on moments like that with a red card, and I think Noah did really well leading the press, closed down the keeper, who, being nice, wasn't the best on the ball, and 1-0, 2-0 going into half time, 2-1 actually when they pulled one back, and yeah, I thought it was just majority of the first half was a really professional performance away from home in tough conditions, put the work in. It was a bit of a slog for maybe the first 20 minutes or so, and yeah, took the chances, were clinical, maybe a little bit of sloppiness and a bit of complacency maybe crept in both halves, when we went 2-0 up, 4-1 up. The ultimate 3 points is the big one.
We'll talk about your second goal, because it was probably the goal of the day, to be honest. It was a well-worked free kick that you finished very emphatically. That put us 4-1 up, as you just said. But, nice to get on the end of that one.
Yeah, left foot swinger. I'd like to say it was one off the training ground, but I don't think we worked on that one. But yeah, no, it's Bailey, again, using his brains today, just Junior made a nice run, clipped that one, and in acres of space, Junior was, and managed to find a pass, and yeah, swung the left foot at it, and yeah, not lucky, but it was, good to go in, and yeah, it's build that 4-1 advantage where they were dangerous all game. They had a couple of tricky, quite sharp players, and they always looked like they had a threat, no matter if they had 11 or 10 or 9 on the pitch. They looked like they could hurt us. So building that 3-1, 4-1 lead was pretty key early doors in the second half.
Yeah, okay. As you mentioned, they went down to 9. There was a second red card. I don't think there's much dispute about that one. He was last man. He was outside the box. Whether he was trying to play the ball or not, we didn't really come into it. But that was, again, you kind of felt that they were gone at that point, but they never quite gone until we got the 5th, I think.
Yeah, because at this level, you just know anything can happen. And with the spate of injury time, which is now these days, you're talking about maybe 8 to 10 minutes additional. So anything can happen, and like I say, the two centre backs which came in today haven't played for a while, and I thought they were outstanding considering a big crunch game, because regardless who you're playing at this stage of the season, they're big sort of cup finals, especially if you're trying to push for something, which we are. So I thought they did outstandingly, but like you say, you've got to really capitalise, because they were fearless, and as I said, when you've got very good individual players who can technically play for one or two players, that sort of bridges the gap. So it's just about being smart, as I said to the players. You know, it's when you're playing against 9 men, you just got to move them around, take time on the ball, 2-3 touches, move it, just like we're doing training. Be confident, and eventually they will tire up. People will be out of position, and you can open up. Because Lewis, when he came in, was absolutely tearing it down that side. You know, and that's what we should have done more of. Just work it, get it out to Lewis, and then come back around. And to be fair to Lewis, he should have had 2 more assists. So he did his part from that aspect. But yeah, we're still learning, because like I say, when you're playing against 10 or 9 men, you have to dominate the game at this sort of level. You know, you can't let teams come back into it. You've got to make sure you're controlling the game, whether that's on and off the ball. So it's a learning curve for us. But listen, we've scored 5 today. We've got our sort of streak of scoring from in play as well. You know, because there was a period where it was just scoring from set pieces, which is never a bad thing. But again, you want to be more well-rounded in terms of if you want to win the better game, the bigger games. So all in all, as I said, it's a good team performance. As I said, just left the change room. They seem at high spirits. And it's what you need, because we've got a double header next week, a very important game, which we may have to rotate. Because it's only a day between them. So again, it's good to see some of the players up to speed, because they may be used next week. Yeah,
okay. I was going to talk about that, finish on that. It's Easter Saturday and then Easter Monday as well. Have we got anybody coming back in terms of injuries?
Potentially. We had a few away today, obviously, for holidays as well. And a couple should be coming back on Thursday for training. So we'll assess it. And like I say, it may be a case of we do maybe 2 different squads, or we just assess how people are on a Saturday and then come back on the Monday. But they're games. I mean, we played Brentford before. We know what to expect. So, and we tend to obviously get up for the bigger games as well. And then obviously taking up a home game on against Tower Hamlets. So any fatigue should really go out the window when you're playing at home in front of the crowd, in front of the fans. So, and it'll be nice, you know, if we can get at least sort of 4 points from that little window there, and really push on towards the playoffs.
I'd say I'll finish there, but actually, Cameron, 3 goals in 2 games. You've really settled in. You feel confident now.
3-3.
3-3.
Did score on Saturday,
okay.
But yeah. Like I think for me, like personally, like I've been injured, long-term injury for almost 2 years, and today was my first start in 2 years. So yeah, it's been like great to come on board here. Great group of lads, great management team. Really like kind of feel at home here and settling in really nicely. So yeah, personally, it's just like building my minutes back up, building my body to a place where I trust it week out, you know, week in, week out. And yeah, it's always good to score goals as well as a number 9. It helps your confidence and things, and yeah, like kind of hitting the ground running and want to have an impact towards the back end of the season, secure that playoff spot, and hopefully cause some damage in the playoffs. And you know, we all, I think, in the change room, we want to get promoted. So if I can have some form of impact, I think in the last 5, 6, 7 games now, or something like that. Then yeah, brilliant.
With the playoff final.
With the playoff final, exactly. Yeah, that one's factored in. So yeah, it's just been a great group of lads in there, and yeah, enjoying it.